Do you feel overly defensive, out of sorts on your forehand? Maybe it was your weapon, now it's not. Or maybe it's always just kind of felt like a consistent shot without getting enough pace on it. Well, the killer might be a footwork pattern that we refer to as the drop step. And the drop step, from this split step, as we drop back the drop step, a lot of times this is accompanied with multiple other steps, including the cross step to another drop, or sometimes it can be just the drop step. Now, the reason this is a killer is that because it is a way to set up to hit the ball, but it's not the only way, and we may be ignoring our front foot. And the front foot is really important for hitting authoritative forehands. Now, I've discovered this because of a lot of what I've seen with the young juniors and adults that I've worked with overusing the back foot, and a little bit of self-discovery. So as a lot of you know, I just came back from a left knee. I had a surgery to a debridement on a meniscus tear. Typically it's 4 to 6 recovery. I had some issues with the meniscus coming off the bone or taking off part of the bone, so it was a lot longer. It was about 5 months, along with some old man arthritis, contramulation and whatnot. It's left me with kind of this unstable feeling in the left leg. Well, I'm in front of these cameras all the time, and I watch myself hit, and suddenly I was like, oh my gosh, I'm hitting almost predominantly off my right foot. Why? Well, I think it's been a kind of a cluster of things. Before, where it was like the left hip, now then the left knee. I'm not super comfortable getting weight back to this left foot. There's a trust issue. Yeah, we're in the relationship, we're having trust issues, me and my knee. But recognizing it is how we start solving it. So here's the big issue with the drop step. If you're using the drop step and from here, your weight is going too far back, you may even feel like you're going forward, but that weight ends up going up, and we see that as the chin floats up and we're pulling off the ball, we're not getting enough body weight behind the ball to be authoritative. All right, so if you have to use it neutrally or defensive, as you're dropping back from here, what we really want to see is that foot pushing through the ground, firing the hips, and then that weight coming back to the left foot. At an advanced level, what you're going to see is much more of the hips coming around, this coiling and uncoiling factor. So sometimes when we're doing this, we don't even realize that that's where the foot is going. We're thinking we're playing more open stance. So an easy way to fix this is thinking about getting your toe and your foot parallel. So if I get forced into an open stance forehand, you'll notice here my toe and foot is parallel with the baseline. And from here, this allows me to get a lot more weight forward behind the shot as I transfer the weight. So if I go open stance from here, you can see there, I'm stepping to that left foot, and this is going to allow us to be a lot more aggressive with the ball. As I'm here, now I can play out to that left foot and be more aggressive. It's simply just getting your toe more parallel. Now, what I would urge you is to find your left foot more frequently. All right, so just because things start as an open stance doesn't mean that they have to stay entirely open. We can have a semi-open stance. So in the semi-open stance, as the ball's coming and you have time, as you step here, you're going to go ahead and step forward, and this will give you the most authority to the ball because now my weight is shifting out to the ball, and from here, you'll see a pivot step that accompanies it. And this is what we see the pros doing quite a bit. As they set up open stance and they step in, they strike the ball, and then they pivot, and then they're back recovering. That is going to be one of the most aggressive, authoritative ways to hit the ball. We'll take a look at that now. So as I'm getting back to playing and, coaching all day, I always have swing thoughts in my mind. I've spent hours working on somebody's swing path or whatever else it might be. And I'm putting the emphasis in my feet. It's exactly what I did as a kid through my collegiate days and when I was playing at a much, much higher level. There's no time to think about your hands. What are your feet doing? Work on really working on getting out to the ball and recovering the most efficient way that you can. So put the emphasis on your feet. And when you're pulled wide, try to keep the foot parallel and swinging through it. And if you're pushed back, just make sure that using that drop step, you still end up with the weight on the left foot as your weight comes forward. And when you're looking to be super aggressive from that semi-open stance, make sure that you're stepping in and then using that pivot step to really attack that ball. Thanks so much for watching today, guys. It means a ton to me. If you enjoyed today's video, hit that like button, subscribe if you never want to miss a Play Your Court video, and check out PlayYourCourt.com, where you will find people of the same level to compete against or practice with. If you need lessons, we do that too. I'll see you next time. Take care.